everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Cattleman's Wife. My name's Kim. This is my husband Scott and son Ransom behind me. It's the three of us on our cattle farm in South Central Kentucky, and this is part 2 of replacing the clutch pack on our Massey Ferguson.
This is the clutch disc, or little baffle. We got it in today. It goes on the flywheel right here. And over here's the old one. This is what's left of the old one. It's all stripped off. This is all one piece. This is kind of made to take the shock between the engine and the drivetrain. That's about 600 bucks. To absorb it where it won't put so much pressure on the drivetrain, I guess. But it's busted, so we got us a new bearing. It sits right in there. And it'll ride right there on that shaft once we put it all together. And now we're going to mount this on the flywheel. You got 2 dowel pins. Have to get them lined up. Pick them on there a little bit. There's that one. Now our bolts.
I got one right here.
Alright.
It's a little too much, I know, but
Just put a little on it.
yeah. Little.
You put we're putting a little bit of blue Loctite on it. We put all the bolts in. It's just 6. They told me just to get them pretty tight. I think it's about got them. We're going to take the bell housing off of where the pump attaches to. We're going to take this off. You can reach up in there in the transmission and spin that main shaft right there. When we get the motor back here to hook up to the transmission, we can spin it where the spindle, if it's off a little bit, where we can line it up, and she should go right on together. Real easy. We're going to roll this thing forward a little bit, get it a little closer, kind of get it lined up a little better. Then we're going to put a little bit of silicone on the housing here, and then we're going to try to get it in there right. So there we go. I'll just push it a little bit. Easy now. We got to go together. We can't go too much farther and kick out. Now, push your side just a little at a time, a little bit at a time. Hold that. All right, go again. All right, hold. Now, got to get the other jack on this end and let it down some. We got it bolted up. Got all the bolts tightened up all the way around between the motor and the transmission. Now we're sticking the hoses back on, power steering, all the wiring, harnesses on both sides. Had to take the starter off because these 2 bolts countersunk. It goes that way that holds that together. So we had to take that off to get them bolts out. We got started to put the bell housing back on for the hydraulic pump where it mounts. And ready to start hooking hoses back up. We'll put the hydraulic pump on, then all the loader brackets for the front end loader and the fuel tanks. Hook all the fuel lines back up. We'll change all the fuel filters. We'll change the oil while we got it in here. But that's where we're at for the time being. A bolt that went between the transmission and the motor. It was in the, it's hidden away right in this hole underneath the power steering column and stuff.
That hole right there.
It had us hung up there for probably an hour. It wouldn't separate. We figured out we had one bolt left in it, and it was in there and it's hid. But anyways, we have to go through there to take it out. So that was really the only problem we had getting it separated.
There's my dog. Gee.
We went ahead and changed the engine oil. It was time. While we had it in here and all apart, we just got it topped off. We're going to put the hydraulic fluid in the back end, and then we're going to give it a try in here. If everything works well, we take this back off, shut it off, take this back off, and get it out, and put the muffler back on in the hood, and we'll be done.
She done.
How many quarts of oil did it take?
13.1 quarts. We put 20% Lucas oil treatment. That comes to about 2.6 quarts. Let's get the ball of this and the rest Rotella 15W40. Now we're going to go back here and finish up on the rear end. Had to get 3 more jugs of engine or hydraulic oil to top it off.
That's back on.
This is a little more complicated getting it in because the funnel ain't big enough. Lift arms ain't down. Make it hard to pour in.
You got it by yourself? Or?
No, I'm waiting on you. Hold the phone. We done got a little over 5 gallon in it. It takes 17 gallons of this. A 5-gallon bucket is $125. That would be $25 a gallon.
$25 a gallon. And how many gallons does this tractor hold?
17.
17.
So you don't want to have too many leaks.
No. So, she moves.
So far, so good.
What was that squeaking you say?
It was showing oil pressure, which is when we changed the oil. It went out as soon as, it got to the sensor, I guess, the pressure. Now this is probably a lot. Now we gotta take this back off so we can get it on out the door.
Oh.
It's been a learning experience. I've never done it before. It's expensive.